tuning in for another episode of Stuck in Vermont, brought to you by 7 Days. My name's Ava Solberger, and we are standing in the new facilities of Dealer.com in Burlington, Vermont. It's colorful, there's plants everywhere, there's young people hard at work, ping pong, tennis, organic cafe. I sort of feel like I'm in a San Francisco startup, but I'm not. I'm in Vermont. Does this mean that tech jobs are coming to Vermont? Let's go talk to the people who work here and find out.
You don't really find tech jobs like this in Vermont.
Tough nerd.
And not supposed to wear ties.
If you wear a tie, we'll strangle you with it.
It's not like that big corporate stuffy sort of environment. So.
There's a lot of creation, a lot of color.
Stress-free.
Homegrown capital really needs to be made and created. We get that pipeline and that bandwidth, we'll be fine. That's the beauty of the internet. It doesn't matter where you are.
It was born out of a car dealership, and it just exploded from there. Took it into the marketplace, and now we're like...
Here at Dealer.com, we build the best websites you can possibly have for a car dealership.
And a lot of growth year after year.
Ballooned and progressed, and
good people, we're all on board, and we're kind of all moving as a unit.
I get to do a lot of creative things every day.
I'm an inside sales representative.
I create Flash all day.
I make the websites.
Well, I talk to car dealers all day long.
I mean, compared to my last job, this is just so superior.
There's an organic cafe that just had a really tasty tuna melt.
Smoothies, desserts, breakfast.
And we have our own barista here.
Phenomenal tennis court. There's a great gym.
And I'm learning to play tennis right now.
HDTV on all the equipment.
Basketball court, a workout facility.
You can go to the gym, although I don't really work out, but yeah.
I feel spoiled.
It's so nice to get away from work for a second.
Game was great. It was a nice break from a long morning.
65,000 square feet of fun and excitement.
So you can stand up and see everybody.
You know, once you see the numbers of people working here, you're like, oh, wow.
And there are these really cool fat boy beanbag chairs.
You're in a beanbag. I love the plants. I'm trying to get a plant myself. I want an aloe plant.
We have wheatgrass growing in the windows.
The average age in the company is actually quite young.
I know, I'm like the oldest girl in this little pod area. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I am a Vermonter. I'm from Essex.
I've been back in Vermont for almost 20 years now.
Grew up in Jeffersonville.
I am originally from Vermont.
I thought I'd really have to go somewhere else to find this kind of job.
And this was my first real job out of college and everything.
Well, I've decided to stay here in Vermont because I'm working in this great environment.
It seems so exclusive because the opportunity for that, especially in Vermont, is really limited.
The cost of living index compared to average salaries in Vermont just doesn't match up, especially when you factor in like current home prices and everything too. You really need companies like this to actually get people to have the salaries so that they're able to actually afford to live here.
I was part of the ITAR program, so I spent 2 months getting trained and being a in the trenches guerrilla. The ITAR program is a training program set up through the Vermont Department of Employment and Training, and a lot of people who work at Dealer.com have gone through that. So you get real-world experience, you work on the actual products that you're going to be working on as an employee.
It's really easy to get people to come to Vermont if you have the jobs available. So
I love coming to work here. I mean, I couldn't really imagine myself doing anything else.
Ping pong, tennis, plants, lattes. It's pretty cool being stuck in Vermont, eh?
I don't know, once you've been here for a little while, you definitely start to feel like it's home. It definitely pulls people in. You know, everybody. I know all of my friends are like, I'm moving. You know, you get sick of Vermont, you get sick of the cold, and you're like, screw this, I'm out of here. And then like 2 years later, you're like, hey, you pass them, you know, in a deli or something. You're like, oh yeah, hey, you're back. And they're like, yeah, I'm back. And it just, you know, people try and leave, but it sucks so bad.